Hi, friends, and a most pleasant good afternoon to you wherever you may be. Welcome inside Fred Rust Arena, home of the University of Delaware Blue Hens women's ACHA team. The road to St. Louis. Working ever closer to the gateway city, and the Hens take home ice 2 more times this season as they host the Boston University Terriers in a weekend series from right here at Fred Rust Arena. Hi to you all, James Witherite joining you from the 412 Communications press box at the top of the stands at Fred Rust Arena in advance of this penultimate home game for the Blue Hens this year. The Hens U-Dance game, working to raise funds for the Andrew McDonough B Positive Foundation, looking to put an end to childhood cancer and provide support to families who are embroiled in battle with various forms of cancer. To join the cause, visit bepositive.org, and we'll hear a little bit more about the Blue Hens' work with the B Positive Foundation through U-Dance a little bit closer to game time. Turning to the hockey, we'll see Maddie Boyle kick off her final weekend in front of a home crowd. Getting the start, looking to pad her 10-3-3 record on the year and a 175 goals against average and a .922 save percentage. Shaw, Downing, and Morgan Thrush will handle starting defensive duties. And we'll see a line with 2 first-year players making a big impact up front, with Julia Janowski and Liana Patrick flanking Carly Marzano, veteran center, to get things going this afternoon. The Hens 16-5-3 on the year after falling to Villanova 1-0 in a nail-biter of a DVCHC championship game last weekend at the Delaware State Fair. Boston University looking to build on a 10-9-0 record coached by Sean McGuire. Defender Josie Lawrence celebrating a birthday. She and Lily Havas will start, along with Lexi Falsgraf, Ella Hedman, and Molly Kimball. It will be Allie McArdle between the pipes. 4 games played this year. She's 0-4-0 with a 7.5 goals against average and a save percentage hovering just over .750. We're going to take a timeout here on the Delaware Hockey Network. It's all brought to you by the Law Office of Long and Greenberg.
Recovery from an on-the-job injury or car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the Law Office of Long and Greenberg can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the Law Office of Long and Greenberg at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With over 10 years of treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. With clinics in Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more. There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
Welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena. We're going to head inside the glass for today's pregame ceremonies and opening introductions brought to you by Limestone Pension Associates. Hockey fans, good afternoon once again, and welcome to Fred Rust Arena on the campus of the University of Delaware for the 2024 U-Dance game, pitting the visiting Boston University Terriers against your University of Delaware Blue Hens. U-Dance is a year-long effort on campus at the University of Delaware to raise money for the Andrew McDonough B Positive Foundation, which works for families with children facing cancer, donating money every week. Every $1,000 donated is another family that receives the desperately needed help, whether that be for groceries, gas, or medical bills themselves while facing and fighting childhood cancer. The University of Delaware hockey teams compete against other groups on campus, such as other athletics programs, Greek life, and some academic clubs to try to raise the most money on the day of U-Dance. Each group participating is assigned a B-positive hero, a child who is or has gone through a fight with cancer. Right now, we would like to take a moment of silence in the memory of our Andrew McDonough B-positive hero, Christian, who passed a couple falls ago. Thank you. B-positive hero Christian was paired with University of Delaware hockey in 2016, and current Blue Hens assistant coach Kendall Smythe, member of the class of 2019, had the joy of knowing and celebrating Christian. Little did we know how much of an impact he would have through his time with the program. Despite Christian going through multiple battles, his relentless positivity was contagious. He truly never stopped smiling and trying to make those around him laugh. A few favorite memories were yearly apple-picking trips and watching Christian take over the stage at U-Dance. Although we, as a program, are heartbroken that Christian was taken too early. As we remember Christian, we also celebrate our active B-positive heroes still fighting the good fight, like Katie Duncan. Katie, the B-positive hero for the Delta Sigma Pi fraternity, is one of our biggest fans. Please welcome Katie to the ice this afternoon. Katie beams with positivity and continues to bring the light of life into anything she does and anywhere she goes. Having been diagnosed with a form of brain cancer when she was 7, Katie's family was more than grateful to receive the help that the B-Positive Foundation provides. It has allowed them to put every ounce of their energy into seeing their daughter, sister, and friend win her fight against cancer. As an artist, Katie puts her talent and determination to work, creating pieces like you may have seen for those of you attending this afternoon at the table just inside the front entrance. DSP and Katie are selling her works of art to give back to the B-Positive Foundation and to future heroes in need. Presenting Katie with a bouquet of flowers, our U-Dance chair for 2024, goalie Kaylee McFadden, and previous U-Dance chair, number 29, Jess Pittinello. In Kaylee's words, it has been a pleasure to represent this team within the athletics department of U-Dance. The opportunity to have a direct impact on these families is a powerful reminder of how precious life can be. As a U-Dance participant, we are often asked why we dance. To me, that answer is simple. For my mom, I know what it feels like. I watched my own family struggle through day-to-day things while my mom went through a fight for her life. So I dance for my mom, I dance for the kids, and I dance for the hope that tomorrow another battle is won. In the words of Jess Pittinello, alternate captain, a member of Delta Sigma Pi, a business fraternity on campus, where she served on their U-Dance committee for several years, and also having the joy of being one of Katie's best friends, would like to share with the crowd what it means to be a part of something like U-Dance. In Jess's words, U-Dance has been one of the most rewarding experiences I have had the pleasure of being a part of in my 4 years at UD. Not only has it given me the opportunity to help others, but it also introduced me to Katie and her wonderful family. I have been able to see firsthand the good that the Be Positive Foundation provides families through Katie. Having been an active member of the U-Dance committee for her business fraternity through her entire college career, Jess is saddened to part ways, but knows that she will always remain a part of this community no matter the circumstances. Her thanks to Katie and her family for being so supportive of the team. They truly are our biggest fans. Fans, any amount of donation goes a long way. There's a table set up right when you walk into the rink that is a can for donations. Your Blue Hens express their thanks one last time. Because of people like you, we get to celebrate heroes like Katie and our saints like Christian. For those of you tuning in on the Delaware Hockey Network, you too can contribute. Visit bepositive.org to learn more about the Andrew McDonough Be Positive Foundation. At this time, we ask that Captain Sam Schultz, the Boston University captain, please meet Katie just inside the player entrance for a ceremonial puck drop. Thank you, Katie. Lexi, Sam, thank you as well. And now let's meet this afternoon's starting lineups. For the visiting Boston University Terriers, coached by Sean McGuire. Starting in goal, number 88, Allie McArdle. On defense, celebrating a birthday, number 6, Josie Lawrence. And number 14, Lily Hovas. At forward, number 15, Lexi Falsgraf. Number 19, Ella Hedman. And number 29, Molly Kimball. And now let's meet the starting six for your University of Delaware Blue Hens. Starting in goal, number 30, Maddie Boyle. On defense, number 2, Shaw Downing. And number 22, Morgan Thrush. At left wing, number 8, Julia Janowski. At right wing, number 46, Liana Patrick. And starting at center, number 17, Carly Marzano. Your Blue Hens are coached by Ken Deming, Blake Hill, and Kendall Smythe. The on-ice officials for today's game, as appointed by the American Collegiate Hockey Association, are Madeline Weeks and Juliet McComas. Fans at this time, we ask that you please direct your attention to the American flag located directly above center ice as we honor the United States of America and those who defend this nation with the Star-Spangled Banner. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. And with pregame in our rearview mirror, it's time to turn our focus to the first of two meetings this weekend between the Blue Hens and the Terriers from Fred Rust Arena. Delaware in their commemorative B Positive Foundation sweaters, designed by current player number 83, Josie Billett. Heck of a graphic designer, we must say. Moving left to right in opening period action, Boston in the traditional Terrier white and red, moving from right to left. As always, the Delaware Hockey Network brought to you by our good friends at the Law Office of Long and Greenberg, with a listen-first approach that creates a unique solution tailored to your circumstances and needs. The expert team at the Law Office of Long and Greenberg are committed to providing empathetic and compassionate legal representation for individuals who have suffered injuries. Learn more at injuryde.com or schedule your free consultation by calling the Law Office of Long and Greenberg at 302-466-5664. That's 302-466-LONG. We'll see Carly Marzano taking the opening draw for the Blue Hens. Across from Ella Hedman, leading scorer for Boston U this year with 24 goals and 9 assists, nary a penalty minute. Juliette McComb set to drop the puck on period number 1, and here we go. Kimball pushes the puck in behind the Delaware goal. It comes back to her at the far corner. Cycled to Fallsgraf, poked away by Patrick. Race on for the puck back inside the Boston U blue line. It is recovered by the back-checking Josie Lawrence, but driven back in behind the Terriers' goal, where Hovas recovers. Quick change for the Hens. Lemberg turns on the forechecking heat, breaks up the advancing pass to Hedman right at the Boston blue line. Here's Lemberg back in up the left wing boards. She gets a shot on net right into the pads of McArdle. Unable to connect on the rebound in close was Annie Woods. This is work to Josie Billett holding the left point. Puck taken away from her. Evie Hill with a stick check on the advancing Molly Kimball up the far boards. And this comes back into Delaware territory, where Hill throws this across ice to Woods off the far wall, but it's corralled by Lauren Miller. Cross ice feed to Vana. Up the left wall, she comes back into the Delaware territory. Long shot Intercepted by Hill and thrown up the near side to Pitnello. Here's a 2-on-1. Pitnello centering pass, goal. The Blue Hens strike early. It only took 1 minute and 26 seconds for Sam Schultz to connect on the rebound. For her 8th of the year. And it is 1-0 Blue Hens on just their second shot of the game. Delaware goal, her 8th of the season. Scored by number 24, Sam Schultz. Assisted by number 29, Jess Pitnello. And number 7, Evie Hill. Time of the goal, 1 minute, 26 seconds in the first period. Schultz's 8th from Pitnello and Hill at 1:26. And the Hens keep grinding away this shot from Olivia Huddy at the right point, skipped wide. Controlled by Patrick, worked up to Bonfilio, taken away. Huddy recovers just above her own line. Cross-ice pass to Patrick. Drop back to Busey at the point. Rory Essick working the slot. She goes top shelf. It's 2-0. Rory Essick finds her 5th of the year. And the Hens double up, just 3 minutes and a tick in. Here it comes again. Essick goes bar down for her 5th of the year. And boom, just like that. The Hens get 2 quick goals, and they look to keep pouring it on here. Gaining attacking control once again. Delaware goal, her 5th of the season. Scored by number 68, Rory Essick. Assisted by number 33, Corey Busey, and number 46, Liana Patrick. Time of the goal, 3 minutes, 1 second in the first period. Essick's 5th from Busey and Patrick at 3:01. Coming to the 4-minute mark of the first period. Liana Patrick recovers the puck at center. It goes beyond the reach of Billett in behind the net. Hill recovers under forechecking pressure from Ella Hedman. This is corralled by Lemberg. Up the right wing boards she comes into a 2-on-4. Lemberg in the near corner. Circles behind the net, trying to set up Billett at the top of the far circle, but she couldn't get stick on puck. This comes all the way back into the Delaware end, steadied by Maddie Boyle. Hill gives it away. Murnane slowed up in the near corner. Puck is tied up just above the corner boards by Patrick alongside Lexi Falsgraf. This is thrown toward the net by Abby Murnane, but was wide. Carrying the puck up the left wing boards and pushing it free was Julia Janowski. She turns on the forechecking pressure, but Havas finds Falsgraf on the breakout pass. Recovered by Janowski. Thrown in toward the Boston bench area amidst a change. Here, Schultz drills a 3rd Delaware goal. Sam Schultz has got 2 already. And we're only 5 minutes in. Watching this materialize again. Janowski getting the assist. As the Blue Hens light Allie McArdle up for 3 in just the first 5 minutes. Looking for a fourth was Pittinello, but that goes wide. Delaware goal, her 9th of the season and 2nd of the game. Scored by number 24, Sam Schultz. Assisted by number 8, Julia Janowski. Time of the goal, 5 minutes even in the first period. Schultz's 9th, 2nd of the game. From Janowski at 5 minutes. Please reset the game clock to 14:34. Thank you. Face-off will come to the left of McArdle. Huddy worked this to Bonfilio across ice, but the puck is pushed by Lauren Miller back to center. Driven in from in front of the scorer's table. The breakout up the near side failed to connect. Vaughna drives through traffic, centering pass, led to a shot from Haley Beatrice, which was wide of the cage. Downing emerges up the left wing boards again for Delaware. She took a stick from Vaughna right in front of the scorer's table. Puck comes back deep into the Delaware end, where Lemberg is pressured by Murnane. Lemberg behind the net, works up the right wing boards. Splits a pair of Boston U defenders and sets up a 3-on-2. Lemberg steered behind the net by Josie Lawrence. Surveys her options coming out the far side. She drops this back to Woods. Woods takes a hip from Havas and turns the puck over. Downing foils the clearing attempt, keeping the point airtight. She throws the puck in behind the net. Off the backboards this goes. 6.5 minutes into the first period. Delaware's got an early 3-0 lead over the Terriers from Boston U. This shot from distance, from Downing, rang off the McArdle pads and carry him to the near side where Julia Nema tries to stick handle through traffic, but a stick check from Murnane let Beatrice gain the puck and clear it back beyond center. Lemberg recovers, and she comes up the left wing boards. Around the reaching stick of McPherson, Lemberg tried to line up a shot in the high slot but cleared the crossbar. Nema back the other way. Leaves this to the left point, where waiting is Morgan Thrush. Dropped off to Marzano joining the play. Marzano tied up in the far corner, gives way, and the whistle sounds. First penalty coming 7:19 into the first period. And it will go against Boston U. Tripping the call at 7:19. So the Blue Hens, for the first time this afternoon, head to the Carl Dubé power play. Go on the advantage when looking for the perfect something special for your someone special with the help of Carl Dubé Jewelers on Concord Pike in Wilmington. In Delaware, 4 diamonds. It's Dubé. Puck is down, play resumes. Hens with a 1-woman advantage for the next 2 minutes of action. Boston U penalty. Assessed to number 6, Josie Lawrence. 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 7 minutes and 19 seconds of the first period. Lawrence 2 for tripping at 7:19. Pittinello works up the right wing boards, puts on the brakes just before the line, drops the puck off to Riley Lemberg, who moves in up the near side. Puts on the brakes behind the net. Cycles to Pittinello. Murto throws the puck in close. Play will be halted as Lemberg runs into the net. And we've got a pause. Whether you've been injured on the job or in a car accident, you know how challenging and overwhelming the recovery process can be. That's why having a trusted and caring representative by your side is essential to help you navigate the complex world of workers' compensation and personal injury. The Law Office of Long and Greenberg will guide you through every step of the process from filing your claim to representing you in hearings and appeals. Call the Law Office of Long and Greenberg at 302-466-5664 to schedule a free consultation or visit injuryde.com. Minute 5 to go. On this Carl Dubé power play for the Blue Hens, Evie Hill under pressure just inside the line from Hedman. Retreats into neutral territory. She heads off for a change. Lemberg leads the re-entry up the right dots. Drop pass to Lena Murto, the native Delawarean. Back this comes to Lemberg. Backhand shot from Thrush in the high slot was well wide of the far post. Nima controls. Lemberg from the Finger Lakes region of New York dishes this back to Nima. Nima in a race for the puck as far as the blue line, but this is paddled back across neutral ice by Quinn McPherson, requiring Downing to set up a re-entry from her own line. Nima to Marzano. Patrick's shot right down the pipe, caught and held by Allie McArdle for a pause and play with 10:55 to go in the first period. Delaware with a 3-0 lead. They have controlled this game from the opening bell. All 7 shots on goal have come off Blue Hen sticks. Planning for retirement doesn't just happen overnight. For 35 years, Limestone Pension Associates has helped small businesses craft and administer pension plans for their workforces. Learn more at limestonepension.net. Patrick to Nima. Back to Patrick below the goal line. Centering pass in the mid-slot. Marzano gets her own rebound. No, McArdle comes up with the save. Terriers back to full strength after Marzano, off a blocked shot, got her own rebound. Tried to find the near side of the Boston U goal, but Allie McArdle comes up with her 5th save of the game. McArdle's finding a rhythm. 10:37 to go in the first period. And the Blue Hens maintain their attacking zone presence as they look to pad a 3-0 advantage. Huddy held the point. Pitnello working below the goal, steered to the corner by Hovas. Cycled the puck to Murto. It comes back to Murto from Huddy just inside the line. Pass nearly broken up by Boston U's Ella Hedman. Huddy off her backhand takes this away from Vana, the intended recipient of a breakout pass from just inside the Boston U stripe. Now Vana throws this across diagonally to Ella Hedman, who had space up the left wing boards to gain the Delaware zone. First shot on goal from the Terriers. Tipped off the Matty Boyle glove, and this is cleared out by Essick up the far wall. Advance to Janowski. Long shot sticked away. Battle for the puck develops in the far corner off the stick of Sabre Stetson. They turn this over in Boston territory, driven back in by Essick. This comes out to Hill, holding the right point. Shot through traffic. Puck bounced wide. Pursued by Essick below the goal. Karam back up to the near half wall. Crashing in is Hill. Off her backhand shot. McArdle with the save. 9:18 to go in the first period. Delaware leading 3-0 over the Boston University Terriers. And another attacking zone draw will come the way of Delaware after their 9th shot on goal. Hens in their commemorative Andrew McDonough B-Positive Foundation sweaters today. Gotham City themed, for those of you wondering. And if you get a close look at these sweaters, we'll have to try to provide that for you during an intermission or early in the second or third period. Josie went all out on the design on these. Batman themed from the hilt. The team has a B-positive hero in Katie, so she wanted to go superhero all the way. Her Pittsburgh ties through her extended family led her to these sweaters, and the execution of the concept, top-notch. 8:15 to go in the first period. Delaware with a 3-0 lead over Boston U. Nima walks the line, using Woods as a screen to get around pressure from Amber Hurley. Nima circles behind the net. She brings the puck up to the top of the right circle. Dished off into the corner, but this is taken away and cleared by French. Net front scrum, a couple quick shots as Hedman and Kimball combine to force Boyle to make her second and third saves of the afternoon, and the Hens clear back to the Terriers line. French to Falsgraf, taken away by Lemberg at the Delaware stripe. This is shoveled up the far boards by Janowski. Puck rolls behind the Boston U goal. Out it comes off the stick of French. Ahead to Hedman. Advanced further to Kimball. The Hedman pass it was. Ultimately taken away from Molly Kimball, looking to add to her 5 goals and 12 assists on the year, but to no avail. Neutral zone turnover off the feed from Hovas. In comes Marzano. Centering pass, Pitnello in the high slot. Shot was intercepted by Lawrence and tipped to the far corner. Marzano recovers. 7 minutes inside that to go. In period number 1, the long shot from Morgan Thrush. Caught and held by Allie McArdle for a break in the action with 6:48 to go. In the first period of a 3-0 game. Advantage Blue Hens over the Terriers of Boston U. And Sam Schultz is in for an attacking zone faceoff. This comes around the horn to Olivia Huddy off the stick of Thrush. Taken away in close. But Pitnello foils the clearing attempt of Catherine Vaughna. Net front scrum, Schultz got one on net off her backhand, turned away by McArdle. Thrush holds the left point. She throws the puck in from distance. It's cleared out by Hovas. This ricochets off the far boards back into the Delaware end, where Huddy wins the foot race to the puck under pressure from Miller. Miller keeps the forechecking pressure on. Huddy gains some space. Vaughna, the other attacker in Delaware territory, forcing the hurry-up breakout pass from Olivia Huddy. This comes back to Sabre Stetson, who clears, but it comes right back in from the Boston U line, courtesy Jess Pitnello. Schultz behind the cage, around the horn, Murto, shot from the bottom of the left circle, caught and held by McArdle for a pause. Make a truly all-American meal the centerpiece of your next team event or special occasion. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky in nearby Claymont, Delaware can cater your next group event, offering pulled pork brisket and barbecue chicken on a daily basis, along with a variety of sauces and sides, sure to please any appetite. Visit Sid's at Suite C26 in the Tri-State Industrial Center on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware. Open Monday through Saturday for takeaway lunch, or to place a catering order, call 302-439-4937 or visit sidsbbqandjerky.com. Player down behind the Boston U goal. With 5 minutes and 52 seconds to go in the first period, and we're going to take a timeout. Nope, Nima's back up. We're going to stay with the action here as Julia Nima makes her way back to the Delaware bench entirely under her own power. Love to report good news, but this faceoff's going to come back to neutral ice by rule. As the stoppage in play was caused by a Delaware player. As such, they lose any territorial advantage they'd otherwise gained. Lemberg and Hedman take the draw right in front of the 412 Communications press box. Molly French off the far boards. Tried to connect with Kimball on the breakout pass. Puck was swatted away by Bonfilio holding the line. Here's Lemberg in up the right wing boards. Centering pass, fanned on by Busey. Taken away by Kimball, and now advanced by Hedman into a one-on-one with Bonfilio. Cross-ice feed, the backhand from Falsgraf. Steered away by Boyle, so too the rebound chance, which did make it on net. Hens clear. Lemberg gave it away to Falsgraf, who dumps and changes. Billett, the designer of the sweaters, the other way. To Bonfilio, up the left wing boards comes Annie Woods. Fresh deep pair on for the Hens. Fresh set of forwards as well, a wholesale change coming from the Delaware bench with just inside 5 minutes to go in the first period of a 3-0 hockey game. Hens setting the tone early with goals from Schultz, 2 of them, and then Essick with the other one, giving the Delaware Blue Hens the 3-0 early advantage. That shot from Janowski from the top of the right circle was paddled away by McArdle. Patrick scraps for the puck, surrounded by Terriers in the far corner. It is stripped by Lawrence, held in at the line by Janowski. Essick couldn't reel it in the slot. Second time she does. She tries to loft one past McArdle. This puck, did it roll in? I don't know. No signal from Madeline Weeks either. It looked like McArdle ultimately got that covered up. We're going to watch it on the Delaware Sports Medicine Instant Replay. It looked in from here. But that view ultimately is inconclusive. And ultimately irrelevant just the same. As video review is not on the curriculum for this afternoon's game. This is carried by Schultz after Murto left it for her in the Delaware zone. Schultz gained the center line before flipping the puck in behind the Boston U goal. Schultz recovers after French blew a tire behind her own net. Murto working the far corner. Centering pass intercepted from the reach of Pittinello. Pushed forward by Murnane. Now worked up the left side and swatted into the Delaware end by Vona. Hill, pressured, gives the puck away to Murnane. She walks in. The shot was wide as Hill clogged up the low slot. Pittinello tried to chip this behind the cage off to the far side. She gets it back from Murnane again. 200 seconds to go in the first period. Hens with a 3-0 lead over the Terriers in their first of two meetings this weekend. And then Delaware will make the trip to the Gateway City for the ACHA National Championships later this month. Lena Murto finds Pittinello on the breakout. She gains center, and she chips the puck in behind the Boston U goal. That enables a full changing of the guard for the Blue Hens here in the antepenultimate minute of the first period. 2-on-2 this Boston U entrance. And the shot from Ella Hedman is caught and held by Maddie Boyle for a pause with 2:36 to go in the first. And her Blue Hens with a comfortable 3-0 lead as we coast to the end of the first. Lemberg's in for the defensive zone draw across from McPherson. McPherson chases this puck down herself at the far half wall. She tries to play it in low, but it's taken away by Lemberg and ringed the rest of the way. Out the near side where Annie Woods could not clear. Lemberg will try again up the opposite wall to Marzano. Backhanded by Lemberg from blue line to blue line. This puck skitters into the path of Molly French. Her cross-ice feed intended for Hurley was nearly broken up. 2:05 to go in the first. Thrush swats this off the near boards ahead to Riley Lemberg into a 1-on-5. She stick handles in the near corner to wait for the reinforcements to come in, and there they are. Kaplanovich holding the left point. Plays this puck to Corey Busey, who's got space in the far corner. Pressured by Stetson. Centering pass, the shot from Essick was deflected up into the netting and out of play with 101 seconds to go in the first period of a 3-0 hockey game. Busey, Janowski, Essick. On with Downing and Kaplanovich. Josie Lawrence turns the puck over to Busey in the far corner. Centering pass, Janowski scores. Mike's got her fifth. And so do the Hens. Now they've got four, actually, with 92 seconds to go in the first period. Here it comes again on the Delaware Sports Medicine Instant Replay. Janowski waiting net front. Bangs home the setup from Corey Busey to make this a 4-0 hockey game. Delaware goal, her 5th of the season. Scored by number 8, Julia Janowski. Assisted by number 33, Corey Busey. Time of the goal, 18 minutes, 32 seconds in the first period. Janowski's 5th from Busey at 18:32. There is 1 minute remaining in the period. 1 minute. Final 55 upon us. This comes back to Olivia Huddy at the near corner. Back in low to Schultz. Reaching in, Hovas takes the puck away from Schultz. But Schultz stays with the action and recovers. 35 to go in the first period. Centering pass, Murtaugh's shot. Turned aside by McArdle for save number 13. This is brought up ice by Vaughna. In she comes, the reaching stick of Olivia Huddy slows her up just inside the Delaware line. Pursued by Murnane in the near corner, centering feed. Nearly was broken up by Murtaugh. Lackey holds the right point. She steers the puck behind the net. To Murnane it goes, final 6 seconds of the period. Recovered by Murtaugh but not cleared. Fallsgraf holds the line. Puck thrown in close, and this is frozen by Boyle as the first period reaches its conclusion. The score through 20 minutes. Delaware Blue Hens 4. Boston University Terriers 0. We'll be back after the first intermission on the Delaware Hockey Network. Elegant. Luxurious. One of a kind. Since 1895, the Dubé name has embodied these very qualities. Make the 4-generation Dubé family tradition of fine custom jewelry your own. Only at Carl Dubé Jewelers on Concord Pike in Wilmington. In Delaware for diamonds, it's Dubé.
Recovery from an on-the-job injury or car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Long and Greenberg can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Long and Greenberg at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With over 10 years of treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. With clinics in Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
Recovery from an on-the-job injury or car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Long and Greenberg can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Long and Greenberg at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
time for the second period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Thank you, Norm Borg. Welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena. Welcome back to the Delaware Hockey Network, presented by the Law Office of Long and Greenberg. 4 Delaware goals in the first period. 3 of them in the first 5 minutes. 2 of them from Sam Schultz. She opened the scoring a minute and 26 seconds in. Here off a neutral zone turnover. She's set up by Julia Janowski for her 9th of the season and 2nd of the game. That made it 3-0. And then Julia Janowski herself got one to make this 4-0 through the first 20 minutes. James Witherite joining you here on the 412 Communications broadcast of Delaware Blue Hens hockey. We're live from the 412 Communications press box at Fred Rust Arena as we ready for period number 2. Delaware and their B-positive sweaters moving right to left in second period play. Boston University and their traditional Terrier white and red moving left to right as the second period commences. Lena Murto steals the puck from the other 19, Ella Hedman, right at the Delaware blue line and walks in up the near side. Murto cycles to Pittinello, to Schultz in the near corner. Worked around to Billett holding the left point. Back this goes to Schultz. Schultz steered behind the net by Lawrence. Dishes this to Murto. It comes to Hill working the right point. Hens cycling. Hill shot from downtown Wilmington. Off the pads of McArdle. And this is walked by Ella Hedman up the near side. Stick check from Evie Hill at the top of the near circle disrupts her progress. Lackey holds the left point to Falsgraf. Tied up in the far corner by Josie Billett. Billett to Schultz. Across ice to Murto in neutral ice. She fans on the puck at center red. She chases it down just inside the Boston U line. Failing to clear was French. Hill takes aim from 35. Catching for the pause is Allie McArdle. Faceoff's going to come to McArdle's right, 73 seconds into the second period. Lemberg, who had a dozen goals so far this season for Delaware, in for the draw, 17 assists. On top of that, giving her 29 points. Most of anybody on this well-balanced Delaware team this year. Her line mates Julian Nima and Annie Woods have accounted for 9 other goals, so this combination averaging just under a point a game on the season. Loose puck corralled by Vaughna, thrown up the left wing boards, in behind the Delaware cage this Karams. It's poked out the near side by Woods. Advanced, or rather by Bonfilio, advanced by Woods to Bonfilio in the neutral zone. Steered behind the net. Recovered by French in the far corner of the Boston U end, but she's double teamed by a pair of Delaware forecheckers. Vaughna forced to change path, leaving the puck to Murnane. Across ice, this comes to Miller. She puts on the brakes just before the Delaware blue line and carams this in behind the net where Olivia Huddy from near Albany recovers. Murnane turns on the forechecking heat. Huddy to Bonfilio. Taken away by Stetson. They throw the puck in to the mid slot where coming back the other way is Olivia Huddy. Huddy skates up the right wing board, circles behind the net. She puts on the brakes at the top of the bottom of the near circle, trying to connect with Nima. Puck skitters back inside neutral territory where Billett won the race to it to steer the puck away from Hurley. Played up the left wing boards, Julian Nima on the re-entry off the Downing setup. Huddy is off, Kaplanovich is on. Nima puts on the brakes at the near half wall. She cycles the puck again to Riley Lemberg. Lemberg looked shot, it was blocked by Saber Stetson to the far wall. Downing recovers. She tries to run the gauntlet behind the cage. Molly French angles her into the backboards and off the puck. This is cleared back to the Delaware blue line, recovered by Liana Patrick. In she comes, drop pass to Marzano, time and space, McArdle with the glove save. Follow-up chance came from Downing. She lost her footing and didn't have the line. Kaplanovich battles for the puck at the point, but she's pushed back to center by Beatrice. Marzano recovers for the Hens just inside their own end. She steers up the right side, gives the puck away. It was thrown back by French toward the Boston blue line, but kicked back in deep. And the Hens will change at least in part as we near the 4-minute mark of the second period. Play halted with 16:05 to go in the second period of a 4-0 hockey game. Puck is down again to the left of Allie McArdle, who has stopped 17 of 21 total Delaware shots at this point. Hill held the right point. This is pushed beyond her reach now by Havas. Hill hustles back into her own end. Boyle covers for a pause with 15:36 to go. Please reset the game clock to 15:36. 15:36, thank you. And this faceoff comes to the right of Boyle. 4-0 hockey game. From Fred Rust Arena, this shot off the draw from Fallsgraf was steered wide. Light workload for Maddie Boyle, only 6 shots on goal that she's seen to Delaware's 21. Essick clears. Busey tracks down the puck and neutralized, but beating her to it by a good couple strides is French. Busey forces the turnover. Hens drive back into attacking position. The centering pass intended for Thrush was taken away and backhanded free by Vaughna, but beyond the reach of Lauren Miller. Miller sticked at by Hill near side, did get a shot on net, paddled behind the cage by Boyle, recovered by Evie Hill. Hill advances this up the right wing boards to Corey Busey. Her shot from the top of the right circle was wide. This comes back into neutral territory, batted down by Mia Bonfilio, but under pressure at center from Boston Hughes Miller. Bonfilio walks back to center to try to drive that puck in up the near side, but ran into traffic. Lemberg offering aid to the battle. This comes back to Woods at the Delaware stripe. She walks across neutral territory, but she's kept pinned to the wall by Beatrice upon gaining the Boston U zone. This is turned back the other direction by Hurley, but she could not connect cleanly with McPherson to facilitate a zone entry. The Hens' Josie Billett working the far wall. Clears again. Unable to reel in the puck was Lemberg, but Havas turns it over across the Boston U blue line, and Woods turns this back end deep behind the Terriers' goal. Race on for the puck in the far corner. Nima converges there with Havas. Clearing was French, no icing. Just beyond the 6-minute mark of the second period, Delaware with a 4-0 lead over the Boston University Terriers. All 4 of those goals coming in the first period. 2 from Schultz, 1 from Essick, and then 1 from Janowski. Already 3 Blue Hens with multiple points. Schultz, Busey, and Janowski. Lemberg, looking for her 13th goal of the season, was boxed out net front. Folks on the other side of the 412 Communications press box coming in with the motherlode of Newark, the U Dairy Creamery. We over here are jealous. Just saying. For those of you who've not been to Fred Rust Arena, the U Dairy Creamery is situated just adjacent to the barn. The Fallsgraf shot was paddled away by Boyle. In the case of our friends to our left, the U-Dairy Creamery, a nice intermission stop. For the rest of us, it'll have to wait until postgame. Miller chases down the puck behind the cage, tried to set up Murnane on the doorstep, but the redirect was wide by a country mile. Patrick, surrounded by Terriers, heads off for a change, keeping the forecheck alive as Kaplanovic enforcing the turnover. Cap outnumbered, gives this away. Miller, bodied down at the Delaware blue line, got the puck in deep, but it was taken away. Pushed up the far wall by Kaplanovic, recovered by Vana at the base of her own bench. Thrown in behind the net. This rolls to the near corner where Lena Murto waits. She finds Pittinello on the breakout pass. Here's a 2-on-3. Pittinello tried to wrist the puck in deep, but didn't get good contact on it just over the blue line. This comes back to Evie Hill at her own stripe for the Blue Hens. Advance now to Schultz, up the near wall and in. Here's Schultz shooting. Blockered away by McArdle for save number 18. Hill again from the left point. To Murto. Taken away by Lackey in the near corner. Played behind the cage around to the far side where Hurley winds up and she finds Beatrice on the breakout pass. 2-on-1 for Boston U. Beatrice slowed up by a strong Evie Hill poke check. Good defensive awareness from the Michigander. And this will be worked up the far boards by Kaplanovic. Batted down by McPherson's stick. Recovered by Schultz and steered back into neutral territory before Lawrence backhands it the other way along the far wall. This advancing pass intended from Hurley to Kimball was broken up at the Delaware line. Recovering the puck is Lawrence crossing over to the near side. There's no icing here after she released from just before center. Hill, able to play the puck, did so. Sofia Kaplanovic in the far corner plays this back behind her own net to Evie Hill, who's got more space to operate, and she switches gears to accelerate out of the Delaware zone. Hill up the near wall. Caroms the puck in behind the Boston goal. That enables a changing of the guard for the Blue Hens, maintaining their 4-0 lead over the Terriers of Boston U here at the halfway point of this game. Second of 3 this weekend for the Terriers, who played Navy earlier today. And these two teams will meet again tomorrow at 3:15 Eastern, 12:15 Pacific, here on the Delaware Hockey Network. Essick clears, races on for the puck. French got there a half step quicker than Riley Lemberg, but Lemberg's perseverance gained her the puck. Backhand, advancing pass in the slot. Busey's shot was wide. Lemberg comes down with the rebound. Essick clogging up the slot. Thrush tries to push through. Lunging for the save is Allie McArdle. Friends, if you're like me, healthy living is important, and Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help you and your family stay healthy at home with periodic sanitization and disinfecting of your trash and recycling bins. Schedule your first cleaning today at DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. "30 minutes and 38 seconds for Maddie Boyle. 0 goals against, 8 saves on 8 shots. Now in goal for Delaware, number 31, Kaylee McFadden. And she opens her stay in the blue paint to our right with a stick save on Miller. Rebound contested below the goal. Bonfilio protected the puck. Marzano works this up ice to Janowski. She's got space up the middle. Julia Janowski stick handle, shoots from distance. That's wide, but into the glove of Allie McArdle for the pause. Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a darn thing. So how do you get your voice above the fray? 412 Communications has myriad solutions to build bridges between your brand and its clientele. Broadcast to social, print to digital. The 412 team will put their 40-plus years of experience to work for you. Learn more at 412communications.com. 8.5 minutes to go in the second period. Delaware with a 4-0 lead. Downing off the feed from Billett. works through traffic, shoots from the mid-slot, but cleared the crossbar. Puck ricochets off the back glass to the far corner. Patrick couldn't chase it down. Beatrice got there well in time for Boston U to maintain. Billett breaks up the breakout attempt toward Hurley at the base of the Delaware bench. Pursuing the puck is Janowski. She tries to bring it back to the top of the crease, but couldn't jam the puck in from close. Pitnello with a shot. Right into the pads of McArdle. Scrap for the rebound. Poked free by McArdle. Billett can't hold the line. Downing recovers at center for the Hens and walks back in once everybody's onside. Downing with the carom shot plays the puck in behind the cage. It caroms to the near corner where it's chased down by Pitnello. Lackey tries to take the puck away from her. Pitnello protects. She gets it right back off the stick of Molly French. Shot in close. On net. And in net. The Blue Hens have their fifth. .12:27 into the second period. Pitnello's in for her 8th of the year. Further particulars to come. Meanwhile, this puck is corralled by Falsgraf. Advanced up the near side, and it will come back on icing. Just inside 7 minutes to go. Here in the second period, puck thrown in by Lemberg, right off the draw, turned away by McArdle. A Delaware goal, her 8th of the season. Scored by number 29, Jess Pitnello. Assisted by number 2, Shaw Downing. Time of the goal, 12 minutes, 27 seconds. In the second period. Pitnello's 8th from Downing at 12:27. Julian Nima's shot from just above the right dot was turned aside. Delayed penalty coming up. It will be against the Blue Hens. Correction, that was a delayed offside. One of the perils of the two-official system is you don't know at a glance whether it's a delayed penalty, a delayed offside, a delayed reaction. I don't know. 5:45 to go in the second. Pitnello gave the Hens their 5th. And here comes Lemberg in a race for the puck with Stetson. Lemberg protects the puck in the near corner. Stetson pursues. Centering pass, the shot from Busey went the way of McArdle. Downing holds the right point. Again, Lemberg. Busey reaching, could not corral the puck. It is recovered by Murnane behind her own goal. Essick turns on the forechecking pressure. Abby Murnane skates up the right wing boards. Advancing pass to Miller. Taken away by Thrush inside the Delaware line. She circles behind her own goal as we enter the final 5 minutes of the second period. Hens 5, Terriers 0 from Fred Rust Arena. They'll do it all again tomorrow. Patrick stripped of the puck by Murnane in the far corner. Falsgraf advances this to Hedman up the left wing boards. She pinches past pressure from Rory Essick and comes walking in at the line. Didn't have the angle on the shot in close. Puck ends up in the near corner. Back this comes to Lackey. Thrown in net front, trying to jam the puck home was Kimball. McFadden comes up with 2 quick saves. And the Hens take some heat out of a hot kitchen as Rory Essex skates past center and dumps the puck in behind the Boston U goal, enough to facilitate a changing of the guard for the Blue Hens. And Pitnello, with the interception at center, walks right back into Terrier territory. Drop pass to Billett, her shot. Caught and held by Allie McArdle for a pause with 3:55 to go in the second period of a 5-0 hockey game. Hens with a decisive advantage over their adversaries from the land of Cheers and James Taylor. Huddy scraps behind the net to recover the puck from Vaughna. Schultz to Murto. Murto puts on the brakes at the top of the near circle. Under pressure from the back, checking Lauren Miller. Hovas to the far corner, angles to the puck to beat Schultz to it by a half step. Here's Schultz again, off the feed from the point. Stick lifted, coming through is Pitnello up the far wall. Angled by Hovas to the corner, taken away from the puck. This is cleared by Vaughna, and it will come back an icing. With 3:08 to go in the second period, and Delaware leading 5-0 over Boston U. Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior like me, or heck, even somewhere in between, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. And with years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes alike, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal best and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Learn more at desportsmed.com today. Liana Patrick with a shot on McArdle, denied on the welcome mat with 2:58 to go. In the second period, the face-off will come to McArdle's right. Marzano in for the face-off across from Hedman. Leading scorer for the Terriers with 24 goals on the year. Another long shot, another glove save from McArdle. 26 on 31 after getting lit up for 3 early on. Face-off comes to her left. Marzano and Hedman take the draw. This worked around the horn to Bonfilio via Hill. Puck thrown into the slot. It was a congested slot, which sees Abby Murnane try to steer the puck to the far side and out, but it stays in. The Hedman backhand, bothered by Janowski and a host of other Blue Hens right in front of their bench area. This is pushed clear by Murnane. Walked back in by Bonfilio. Thrown off the backboards, given away to Abby Murnane. Hens change up with 2:20 to go in the second period. This is a 5-0 hockey game. Delaware in complete command of the proceedings. That Lemberg shot was wide of the far post. Patrick forces the turnover from Murnane at the far side. Trying to drive back in was Riley Lemberg, but this is cleared by Kimball to Hedman. Given away to Hill over the Delaware blue line. Terriers change up. Nearly gave up an odd woman rush, but Woods was beaten by Lawrence back into the Boston U zone. Now the reinforcements come in for the Terriers. Lawrence gives way. Bonfilio with help from Lemberg, and that tie-up for the puck directly over Allie McArdle's right shoulder. This is kicked high to Kaplanovich. She tried to throw the puck in from distance, but reaching in to disrupt her progress was Vaughna, and this will be cleared by McPherson up the left wing boards. And icing, though, against the Terriers. Will set up an attacking zone face-off for the Blue Hens with 85 seconds to go in the second period, and a 5-0 lead working well in their favor with 81 minutes and 25 seconds of hockey left between the Blue Hens and their trip to St. Louis for the ACHA National Championships. We will not be making the journey to Gateway City. You can tune in to the Blue Hens at the ACHA National Championships, both the Women's Division II team and the Men's Division I team on Flow Hockey. Another icing against Boston U. Gives the Hens another attacking zone draw. Lemberg controls the attacking zone draw. Thrush holds the line. Huddy's shot turned wide. 1 minute remaining in the period. 1 minute. Nima tried to find Thrush a one-timer at the top of the nears circle. Poor contact on the puck results in a turnover, results in an icing, results in another attacking zone face-off of the Hens with 48 seconds to go in the second period. Face-off is to the right of McArdle. Lemberg tries to box out McPherson off the dot. She gets the puck to Woods. Advancing pass in the low slot. Nima's shot was bothered on the doorstep. Here is McPherson the other way. A Huddy poke check slows up her advance 15 feet inside the Delaware line, but Vana holds the zone. Half a minute to go in the second period. Thrush behind the cage, off the boards, finds Olivia Huddy. The breakout pass intended for Lemberg didn't connect. Recovering the puck and shooting was Vana. And McFadden records her fourth save of the afternoon with 19 seconds to go in the second period. Delaware leading Boston U 5-0 from Fred Rust Arena, and we do it all again tomorrow. Face-off came to the right of Kaylee McFadden. Kimball won the draw. Zone was held by French. 10 to go in the second period. Woods cannot clear. Havas keeps the right point airtight. Thrush drives through traffic. Last second shot from high in the zone, blocked by Kimball to the near corner. The horn sounds, and that does it for the second. 40 minutes in the books. The score, Delaware Blue Hens 5, Boston University Terriers 0. We'll be back after the second intermission on the DHN, brought to you by the Law Office of Long and Greenberg.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
Recovery from an on-the-job injury or car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the Law Office of Long and Greenberg can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the Law Office of Long and Greenberg at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
Recovery from an on-the-job injury or car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Long and Greenberg can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Long and Greenberg at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
It's time for the third period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Thank you, Norm Borg. Welcome back to the Delaware Hockey Network. Welcome back inside the 412 Communications press box at Fred Rust Arena, where through 40 minutes, the Delaware Blue Hens ACHA Women's Division II team have built up a 5-0 lead over the Terriers of Boston University. Lone second period goal, that backhander from Jess Pittinello off the Shaw Downing setup, 12:27 into second period action, giving the Blue Hens one for the thumb. And we're just about ready for third period action here on this Saturday afternoon, working into evening. A note, friends, we will do this all again tomorrow. Game time, 3:30 p.m. as the Blue Hens and Terriers meet one last time before the UD women make their way to Gateway City for the 2024 ACHA National Championships. Opportunity for Ken Deming to make some last fine-tune adjustments to his roster prior to the national championships. The sophomore Josie Billett backhands the puck in close, couldn't connect with Marzano. Lackey clears. Recovered by Billett at center, but turned over to Miller. Patrick intercepts the cross-ice feed, walks into Boston U territory. She tried to pull to the backhand to get around French, but to no avail, lost the puck in the mid-slot. This is protected by Lemberg. Thrown in from distance, but her shot was wide. Hens have accounted for 31 shots on goal on Allie McArdle, who has saved 26 of them to this point. French clears. Lawrence slowed up at the near half wall by the back-checking Mia Bonfilio, lost the puck. Billett works it ahead to Julian Nima. He threw the puck into the skates of Molly Kimball at center. Now Rosenthal steps up to turn on the forechecking heat. Sophia Rosenthal in front of her own bench gives this away to Hedman. Lemberg turns on the Jets to disrupt Riley's breakout pass. This is thrown in by Downing from the near boards. Beyond the reach of Kimball, back into the far corner of the Boston U zone. 100 seconds gone to the third period. Delaware with a 5-0 lead over the Terriers. It is worth noting, too, this is Boston U's second game of the day. They were in Annapolis this morning when they played the midshipmen of the United States Naval Academy. This Murnane shot was paddled down and away by McFadden. She's 5 for 5 in the save department. Rory Essick in the far corner steers the puck away from the reach of Lackey to Pittinello. Back to Essick it comes. Pittinello. Now stick handles behind the net under pressure from Murnane. She backhands this off the near dashers to Evie Hill. Back to Pittinello it comes at the bottom of the near circle, but she couldn't control the puck. It bounces off the backboards. Essick regains for Delaware. Cycled to Schultz, hassled by McPherson on the far corner. Schultz turning under pressure from Stetson. Leaves this again to Rory Essick. She's bodied off the puck. This is cleared by Lackey. Now to Sabre Stetson. They advance it over the center logo where Quinn McPherson turns it over to Thrush. Played behind the net to her D partner, Evie Hill. Hill off the near wall. Could not connect with Cassie McFadden on the breakout. This comes back deep into the Delaware zone where Thrush advances the puck to Paige Luzon. Luzon's stick lifted by Miller. Thrush recovers, and in she comes to the top of the left circle. Her shot sails wide. Puck ricochets off the near corner boards. And this is controlled by Hill. Hill back to her own line. Gives it away. Busey races down the puck just inside the Boston U line. Forces the hurry-up breakout pass from Lily Havas to go awry. 4 minutes into the third period. This is Evie Hill. Up the left wing boards. Back in to Terrier territory. Her stick lifted as she cuts through the slot. Lawrence offering the defensive pressure there. Hill holds the zone. She caroms the puck in low from the right point. She heads off for a change. Working clear was Havas. Kimball to Vaughna. Vaughna steered to the near wall by Huddy on the entry to the Delaware zone. Caroms the puck in behind the net, steadied there by Liana Patrick at the far half wall. Patrick left on the run, looking for a lane. Kimball keeps the forechecking pressure alive. Liana Patrick beats that forechecker but skates into a 1-on-4 up the right wing boards into Boston territory. The reaching stick of Murnane slows her up in the near corner. Now a two-a-side puck battle develops. Carly Marzano working free. But the reaching stick of Riley Lackey sends her to the far side, separates her from the puck, and this is pushed clear up the far wall and deep into the Delaware zone by the Terriers' Ella Hedman. 5 minutes have gone by in the third period. We've yet to see a stoppage in play here in the third period. Hens with a 5-0 lead over Boston University. Hurley backhands the puck behind the net. It was studied by Schultz. Here's Lemberg in a one-on-one. Riley Lemberg's got a lane. She shoots. Saved by McArdle. Skittering puck to the near corner. Protected by Julia Nema for the Blue Hens. She walks in net front. Tries to jam the puck past McArdle and no avail. Coming up with save number 28 was the Boston U netminder in here the 29th as we have our first stoppage. In the third period, it took us all of 5 minutes and 51 seconds to get there. The Dubé name has been a family tradition in Delaware dating to 1895, synonymous with 4 generations of fine custom jewelry here in the first state. Carl Dubé Jewelers also offers appraisal, design, resizing, and repair services. Find the perfect something special for your someone special. Visit Carl Dubé Jewelers on Concord Pike in Wilmington. In Delaware, 4 diamonds. It's Dubé. Lemberg, Rosenthal, Nema. On with Downing and Billett. Billett with the takeaway at center from Miller. Advancing pass to Lemberg. Shot and the save again by McArdle. 13:50 to go in the third period from Fred Rust Arena. Blue Hens 5, Terriers 0. Face-off comes to McArdle's right. Lemberg met again by Hedman. Another shot. This came from the stick of Rosenthal. Steadied by McArdle. Unable to finish on the doorstep was Julian Nema. Hedman tried to kick the puck back to her forehand, working through the slot. It was taken away by Julia Nema. She races back up ice for the Blue Hens. Dipsy doodles through traffic, gets a shot away. Kimball with just enough resistance to force it awry. The Thrush follow-up, covered up by Allie McArdle for a break in the action with 13:18 to go in regulation, and Delaware leading 5-0 over the Boston University Terriers. Face-off comes to the near dot once again. Thrush holding the line. To Pitnello. Taken away by Hovas. This is shoveled up the far boards. Around McComas, it's recovered by Kaplanovich. And rimmed back the other way. Rory Essick chases this puck down. She's got space, but she lost her angle. Drop pass to Schultz, who circles below the net after receiving the puck at the dot. Kaplanovich lobs this in from the point, batted away by McPherson. Protected by Schultz. Winding up now is Pitnello. Her shot turned aside by McArdle for save number 34. 12.5 minutes to go. From Fred Rust Arena, Delaware with a 5-0 lead over Boston University. And tomorrow will be the final game of the season here at Fred Rust Arena for any University of Delaware ACHA or AAU team before 3 of the 4 teams in the Blue Hen program head to their respective national championships. So hearty thank yous all around to everybody behind the scenes. Our associate executive producer, Molly Jo Rosen. Our assistant producer, Broadway Joe Sindoni. Our crew, on site today. Videographer Zach Chiarlo and production assistant, the stat man Eli Swope. Press box manager some days, videographer some days. Ellie Bates, Zach McHool, Trevor Early, Jay Patel, Josie Billett, Sydney Butler, Evie Hill when they're not in uniform on the ice with the University of Delaware women. They're here behind the scenes on the 412 crew as well, as their schedules permit. To Joe, Daniel, Abito, Fernando, the rest of the crew here at Fred Rust Arena on the custodial staff. Sean, Kyle, Taylor, Kelly, Finn, Stosh, Jim, the rest of the rink staff here at Fred Rust Arena for their hospitality all season long and making the barn a comfortable and happy place to come to work every weekend from September to March. And most importantly, to all of you for joining us all season long here on the Delaware Hockey Network. We'll do it again one more time tomorrow. Still 10 minutes and 38 seconds of action to get through this afternoon. With the Delaware Blue Hens looking to pad their 5-0 lead over Boston U. Liana Patrick drove right down the slot. Allie McArdle blocked the angle and made the textbook save on her. This is an icing with 10:25 to go. The old saying, it takes a village, couldn't be any truer. And to you, our Delaware Hockey Network village, we are eternally grateful. Marzano wins the draw at the far dot. Bonfilio holds the line. Hedman back to recover, but she could not clear. It took some help before in the form of Haley Beatrice to gain her own blue line. Evie Hill scrapping for the puck the other way. Advanced to Marzano, who got tied up roundabout the Boston University blue line, and that trip is going to go effectively unenforced. Can't say we disagree with that decision. Given the state of the game, given the lack of an inherent and apparent scoring opportunity, we'll just continue on 5-a-side. The Lemberg backhand was wide. Rosenthal controls the puck in the far corner, tied up below the cage by Lackey after trying to work below the net around to the near side. Lemberg gives this away to Stetson. Stetson could not clear. Bonfilio holds the point. Volleyed back by Downing from across neutral territory into the path of Riley Lackey. The stretch pass to Stetson, originating from Hovas, was intercepted. This is Downing back the other direction. 9 minutes to go. Shaw Downing into a 2-on-3, steered to the far wall, threw the puck in close. Nema couldn't get stick on puck for the redirect chance. Lemberg holds the point, hassled by Lauren Miller. Rosenthal, poke checked away from her in the slot and now walked by McPherson through neutral territory. McPherson versus, on the back check, Riley Lemberg in a 1-on-1. Rather, that was Downing. Looked like there was a 1 on that sweater from our angle, but no, that's not the case. We knew legibility, despite how cool these sweaters are, would be an issue at some point. Nema denied on the doorstep and icing the other way. Brings action to a screeching halt with 8:02 to go in regulation. The Blue Hens with an attacking zone faceoff coming up and a 5-0 lead over the Terriers of Boston U. With a listen-first approach that creates a unique solution for your circumstances and your situation, the expert team at the Law Office of Long and Greenberg are committed to providing empathetic and compassionate legal representation for individuals who have suffered injuries. Schedule your free consultation by calling 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com. This puck is covered by McFadden. We've got a pause. 7:37 to go in the third period. And the Blue Hens, in their own zone, look to complete this Saturday afternoon stroll over Boston U. With Terriers and Blue Hens alike then given the opportunity to rest and recuperate for one more tomorrow. Essick to Pitnello. Puck bounced off her stick at center. Hovas turns it the other way. Hedman was steered by Luzon to the far corner. Centering pass intercepted by Schultz. 7 and change to go. Schultz gets this back after her initial breakout attempt was batted down right toward her by Beatrice. Lackey back deep in her zone. Stretches ahead to Kimball. Hens amidst a change, reset, in the back checking Olivia Huddy. Bats this up the near boards, but not out. Cycled to Cassie McFadden. And now pushed clear, where it's worked ahead by Luzon to Huddy. Huddy is stripped of the puck at the near dot. It's walked forward by Murnane. Taken away again by Huddy at the line. Hedman had to wait for Beatrice to tag up before walking back in. Her path toward the net from the half wall was broken up, and Olivia Huddy gained the loose puck, firing it as far as the Boston blue line, where Molly French turned it back into Delaware territory from distance. Bonfilio could not walk through the other way. Puck rolls behind the net, steadied there by Shaw Downing. Played off the near side. Cassie McFadden could not reel it in. This is thrown in from an awkward angle by Hurley. Bonfilio up the left side to Luzon, taken away by Stetson at their own blue line. Here's Downing back in. Her shot from the top of the right circle was wide of the far post. Bonfilio gives way to Lackey. Puck intercepted by Busey. Shot from distance, stick checked up in the air. Busey chases her own rebound down. We come to the final 5:20 of regulation. Delaware with a 5-0 lead over Boston. Marzano's shot turned into a pass to Patrick, who leaves this high to Mia Bonfilio. Her shot, stick checked up into the rafters, out of play. Gives us a pause with 5:06 to go in the third period of a 5-0 hockey game. Again, looking at what's on tap tomorrow as we bring the 2024 Delaware Hockey Network season to its conclusion. The Blue Hens and the Terriers meet again with game time slated for 3:30 p.m. from Fred Rust Arena. Hill's advancing past Busey, stays with the puck after being shut out on the doorstep by McArdle. Hill lost the zone off the setup from Busey. She hustles back into her own end. She dodges forechecking pressure from Miller. Marzano now takes up the mantle, advancing this up the left wing boards to Patrick. In comes the accelerating Carly Marzano to recover the puck and set up a 2-on-2. Centering pass sails beyond the reaching stick of Busey, protecting his Hill at the near half, 20 to go. Centering feed sails past Busey. Thrush protects the point. This shot from Hill into the glove of Allie McArdle with 4:11 to go, and Delaware leading 5-0 over Boston U. Face-off coming to the right of Allie McArdle, who has stopped 39 of 44 shots. Lemberg wins the attacking zone face-off. Thrush holds the zone. Rosenthal to Huddy. Batted in beyond the reach of Kimball. Final 4 minutes to go. Hens leading the Terriers 5-0. Huddy lost her footing at the near half wall. Lemberg sweeps in to offer support. She walks in and she scores. Riley Lemberg pots her 13th of the year. And the Hens go up 6-0. Here it comes again on the Delaware Sports Medicine Instant Replay. Lemberg drives into the slot, beats Murnane, goes top shelf to beat McArdle. And with 3:35 remaining, the Hens have got their 6th. A Delaware goal, her 13th of the season, scored by number 21, Riley Lemberg. Assisted by number 6, Olivia Huddy. Time of the goal, 16 minutes, 25 seconds in the third period. Lemberg's 13th from Huddy at 16:25. This shot from Huddy from distance was wide and high off the back glass. Here's Stetson the other way. Slowed up by Huddy, who finds Essex the other direction. Essex shot was just off its target. It ricocheted off the backboards. McPherson advances this to Vaughna. Up the near side. Vaughna comes barreling back into Delaware territory. Slowed up in the near corner by Downing. 2:15 to go. Vaughna stays with the puck and the play. Kaplanovich offers resistance out the far side. This puck is left to French at the point. Stepping up to engage her and force the turnover was Paige Luzon. Luzon's backhand sends the puck back into neutral ice. Thrown back in by French amidst a delayed offside. With time to recover behind the net is Lemberg. Minute 50 to go. And we'll do this all again tomorrow from Fred Rust Arena. Airtime 3:15 Eastern. Game time 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 for those of you joining us from the West Coast. Here's Cassie McFadden clearing. Puck sailed beyond the path of Lackey. Icing waved off by McComas. And Kimball comes back up the near dots, but she's pickpocketed by Marzano at center. Carly Marzano 2-on-3. The drop pass to Busey never connected. Patrick protects the puck at center. She's got to wait for Busey to tag up before the Blue Hens can re-enter. 1 minute remaining in the period. 1 minute. Bonfilio could not protect in front of the scorer's table, but Beatrice bobbled the puck at the Delaware blue line just the same. That gave the Hens an extra beat to reset. Bonfilio to Busey. Now up the right dots comes Morgan Thrush. Thrush puts on the brakes in the near corner. Drop back to Corey Busey. Backhand chance from Marzano. McArdle says no, ma'am. Patrick to Bonfilio up high. Puck thrown in off the backboards with 25 seconds to go. Carly Marzano coming in from the corner. Shot frozen by McArdle for a pause with 18 to go in this 6-0 rout for the Delaware Blue Hens over the Boston University Terriers. This face-off comes to the right of McArdle. Final 12 seconds of the contest. Bonfilio stays with Hurley. Up the near wall. The final seconds tick away. And the Blue Hens coast to a 6-0 win over the Terriers of Boston University. Today's final score: University of Delaware Blue Hens 6, Boston University Terriers 0. Final shots on goal: Boston 15, Delaware 48. Fans, it's time for the 3 stars of the game, presented by Sid's Barbecue and Jerky in Claymont, Delaware. Today's 3rd star with a goal and an assist for Delaware, number 29, Jess Pitinello. The 2nd star, also with a goal and an assist for Delaware, number 8, Julia Janowski. And the number 1 star of the game, with 2 goals for the Delaware Blue Hens, number 24, Sam Schultz.